Let's do some recaps now. We because we don't have the same amount of time we had last week, we're not going to recap everything that came out in the past week. But I do want to talk about Turtles.
Yes, because we got an email actually questioning
we did.
us.
Oh, did
by
we? Good.
Nartikor Narti, who's emailed us a few times. We're inquiring about what me and Nikki said, just wanting to make sure we were talking about A Foot Too Big. And, you know, the email just says, I think you might be talking about April and Donnie, and it annoys me too. I was hoping they would handle that situation in a similar way Gravity Falls did, but they just want to keep it stringing along. It's obvious she knows about the crush and she likes Casey. The first season I was fine, but now it's just bothersome. Do you think they will put an end to this, or will they bring in a new love interest like in Adventure Time?
Well, they're not going to bring in a new love interest because Casey is her canonical love interest, and I don't think they're going to complicate things.
A new one for Donnie, because that's what happened to Finn.
Oh, a new one for Donnie.
Because
right.
That was the on and on and off. It's on and off with Finn and PB, and they're like, okay, just Flame Princess.
I guess it just sort of, I never considered it because I'm pretty sure, just because the turtle, I never considered it because I never considered the turtles to be in any permanent relationships.
Well, interestingly enough, during the New York Comic Con panel, which a friend of mine went to and then I also watched myself recorded, they are introducing a new love interest, but for Mikey, Renette from the Mirage comics, she's going to be coming in.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she's like a Dimension Lord or something weird like that.
How do you spell her name?
Renet.
Oh wait, no, I actually have no idea who you're talking about.
Isn't that stuff in cheese? Like in fancy cheese? That's a dumb joke, ignore me.
Okay, she was in the 2003 TV series and she looks ridiculous. Very comic booky getup, very Jack Kirby getup, honestly. Yeah, she looks like a freaking new god.
Maybe that's what she's spoofing. Yeah, I'm looking at her in the comics and like she's
Oh my god, that is the most... She is a new god, holy Christ. She's wearing a new god stupid hat.
I think that's what she's spoofing.
As we all know.
She's a timestress.
The new gods are defined by their stupid hats.
She's a timestress.
Yeah, according to the Turtlepedia, she's the apprentice to Lord Simultaneous.
I love the Turtles comics. They got so whack. I gotta read them.
Me too. I have them. I haven't read them yet. She's the 79th dimension of... The life of Renette in the 79th dimension of Null Time.
I hope they change nothing.
It looks like they're definitely spoofing all that DC continuity crap. Or at least that's what are their faces? Comic book people. What are their names? Eastman and Lard were spoofing.
Eastman and Lard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, apparently...
Laird. His name was not Lard.
Laird. Sorry. Yeah, apparently she's coming into play, but that doesn't really change the Donnie, April, Casey thing.
Yeah, and we haven't actually talked about what happened. And like at this point, hopefully you've seen this episode. It's the episode with the Squatch. Otherwise, pretty good, except this one thing. This whole episode, they're laying on the Donnie trying to get April to like him thing again, where he does like
he makes a creepy ass music box.
He makes her a music box, which I mean, even if the music box itself wasn't creepy, that's too intimate of a gift. That's a weird that's a bad gift.
Yeah.
And over the course of the episode, the Squatch falls in love with Donnie
because it's a female Squatch.
Yeah,
Bigfoot's
and Donnie's Squatch.
And Donnie's like, "Don't you understand? I'm just not into you, and I never will be." And Donnie's like, "Oh, fuck, that's how April feels about me. I'm going to go talk to her and apologize." So he does. He's like, "Look, April, I'm sorry. I realize you want nothing to do with me because I'm just some mutant." To which April responds, "You're not just a mutant, you're my mutant." And then she kisses him.
On the
thereby
lips.
fucking... on the beak. Thereby fucking up what was going to be a huge breakthrough.
Yeah.
Because like when Adventure Time did that, when Adventure Time finally had Finn realize that he's never going to be with PB and look for romantic interest elsewhere, both in the episode Incendium, even more so in Burning Low when he confronts PB about this.
Yeah.
That was in a way brave storytelling because it's upsetting a status quo in a huge way. It's upsetting a character dynamic that they've been running with the entire time.
Or even Gravity Falls, like Nartikor brought up, like it was kind of the same thing where it was like Dipper had that thing going on for a long time with Wendy, and then they finally confronted it, and it was like, Dipper, you're not the good guy in this situation, and then we all learned our lesson, we all said our confessions, we can still be friends, like, it's not a big deal. But, and, like, I don't want to besmirch any Donnie-April shippers, I don't think they could potentially be cute together, it's just, the point is that Donnie isn't going about it the right way, and
the
April hasn't reciprocated it.
Donnie had a very important revelation, but then April's behavior, which against I'm blaming the writers, not like the character.
Yeah,
she's not real. What they did is they took what was potentially a huge character revelation, a huge opportunity for growth for a character, in a way that would teach a very important lesson to the primary demographic of the show, which is young boys who are just about to enter puberty in a couple of years.
Yeah.
It's like what they almost did is such an important lesson, because you see this so much in media of reinforcing the idea that if you just keep trying, eventually you'll wear down this woman's will and she'll have no choice but to love you, which is it's such a putrid, heinous, ugly idea. I hate it. I'm so sick of it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we all are.
And it's a shame because I like Donnie, but at this point, that's all his character is. All his character is that he's in love with April. And it's really sad because it's like, it's not going anywhere. His character's in a rut. It's getting annoying, and it's making me kind of dislike him when he was one of my favorites in the beginning.
Interestingly, Raph has been really good this season. Like I've really
loved Raph this season.
Yeah,
because he's pushed into a corner in a lot of ways, and seeing how he's adapting to it, both the way we saw in the first episode about him really caring about Leah, or even in the second episode where he's like, okay, we're stuck in the woods. We not going to waste our time here. We're going to do some training. I'm going to knock you two dumb fucks into shape.
Yeah, like, out of all of the ones, he should be the one who's most angry because, that's his thing. He gets angry. He doesn't like change. But out of all of them, he's adapting the most. He's essentially being the Rock, actually.
Yeah. Well, because Leo's usually been the Rock, and now they don't have Leo they don't have Leo at his fullest now. So Raph understands that he's basically second in command, so he has to be that now.
Yeah, but I'm so proud of Raph. He's so cute. I'm like, you're doing such a great job. You're such a great brother. But yeah, no.
And then we've got the third episode that aired on Friday, the name of which escapes me.
Oh, shit.
It's
just
Buried,
watched it before we were recording.
Buried Memories.
Right.
Buried Memories. It's The Thing. It's this show's second John Carpenter homage in really 5 episodes apart, actually.
There was a third John Carpenter reference inside this John Carpenter reference, though. When Raph was watching the TV, he was watching the Silver Shamrock Halloween mask commercial from Halloween 3. Season of the Witch.
Oh, yeah!
And the music was almost like...
Halloween...
I loved it. Favorite moment.
Halloween 3 was the one that's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
It was... Well, it wasn't...
It wasn't
the Halloween series
like
was supposed to be... The
Halloween
franchise...
Ones, right?
The Halloween franchise was supposed to be... what's the word for when each segment of an ongoing series is different? An anthology.
Yeah.
But then, everybody was like, you already did Michael Myers twice, we were expecting Michael Myers again. And John Carpenter was like, well, I guess I didn't communicate this idea well enough to people, so we're bringing Mike Myers back and running him into the ground until Rob Zombie can ruin him all over again. So,
and Halloween 3 had more to do with Halloween than the other ones. Like, there was kids with creepy masks that would, kill them. They would go to the store and buy this brand of Halloween masks, and then it would, melt their face off, and...
It's gained cult status because people have started to re-examine it as John Carpenter intended them to perceive it. It's still not an amazing film or anything.
No, I mean, if you want a fun Halloween movie that you've never seen before and you like John Carpenter, maybe you should check it out.
Oh yeah, totally. But yeah, this one was rad.
Yeah. So after this one and the first one, I'm like, okay, so this is just a horror show now, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. April's mother was horrifying.
Oh, my God. It just kept getting worse. Like, I thought, like, okay, they've reached the max. Nope. What is that thing
head splits in half.
Thing coming out of its back. The turtle's faces are coming out of its thorax.
And honestly, it's almost starting to break my suspension of disbelief, because why aren't they as pants-shittingly terrified as I am? It's real to them. They're just beating it up like any other fucking mutant. Like, no. That's an abomination from the deepest pits of Satan's taint.
Well, maybe they'll have some recovery, because April wasn't doing too hot at the end of the episode, so maybe they'll talk about it in the future a little bit.
But no, yeah.
And I mean, they did Deus Ex Machina at the end of that, where April beats it by her head shining some kind of light.
Yeah, I was like, I forgot that April can Deus Ex Machina.
Well, I think they sort of hinted at it, because like April's whole family was experimented on by the Krang. So
they finally explained why she's a Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, they just didn't acknowledge it because they don't really know.
Yeah.
But what I loved is, like, that happened, and like they didn't even bother like with the usual, April, what did you do? How do you fix it? Like, even the writers are like, hey, okay, now April uses her super magic to fix the problem.
April uses her limit breaker or whatever. Fucking. And
then the cliffhanger is that mutant toads are coming.
Battletoads?
Also, well, my friend said that that those were actually characters in the cartoon. There were like mutant anthropomorphic toads that were like rivals in the cartoon. I'm gonna look them up.
What would be crazy is if they do a Battletoad send up.
That would be awesome. Yeah, the punk frogs.
Now, did those come before or after the Battletoads? Because the Battletoads, I mean, was of course they were trying to get some of that TMNT pizza.
They were in the 87 series. They became friends with the turtles. Napoleon Bonafrog.
Oh, stop it.
They're all like
Attila
boopity.
Well, actually, no, I'm looking at the Punk Frogs on Turtlepedia. It's a disambiguation page. There's the Punk Frogs from the 87 series, the Punk Frogs from the anime that exists, and then Punk Frogs 2012 series. So yeah, that's an upcoming episode.
Yeah, they're coming.
It might even be. There's like, I'm looking at 5 images now. It might be the next episode.
Yeah.
Great. But yeah, Attila the Frog, Genghis Frog, Napoleon Bonafrog, and Rasputin the Mad Frog.
Yeah, Lewis Black was right. Kung Fu frogs are coming.
Like what's great about this show is you can enjoy it even if it's the first piece of Turtles shit you've ever seen. But if you know about this franchise and all the stupid places it's gone, it's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing like a good old Turtle deep cut to really make the fans flip out.
Yep. Fucking Renette. Like, alrighty.
I hope the next John Carpenter movie they do a send-up for is Escape from New York.
Oh, that would be perfect.
Yeah, it would be so great. They'll call it Escape to New York. It's them going back in. I'll write it. Just call me.
Yeah. Well, actually, during the panel, we actually learned a lot about what they're going to do for this season. They're going to have a a spirit journey, or like a, what's that called? Spirit quest. They're going to have a spirit quest, and they're getting new costumes and new weapons. Actually, like they're going to kind of reboot themselves before they go back to New York.
Gasp.
And then, of course, Bebop and Rocksteady are coming. Like, and we saw the unfinished, and we saw an animatic in the panel of their transformation sequence. Also, Hun is coming back. I don't know much about Hun from the original Turtles mythology. Apparently, he's supposed to be like a big guy, but this show's version of Hun is essentially Bruce Lee.
Whoa! Because Hun was only in the comics and the 2003 show he was big, but in this one they're completely changing him from what I've seen.
Yeah, they're completely changing him. A lot.
All I'm seeing looking right now is like a piece of black and white art shown from Comic-Con. And yeah, he looks a lot skinnier. He looks kind of anime-ish.
Oh yeah, no. The original Hun, I guess Hun is supposed to be a member of the Purple Dragons. He's huge. But this new Hun is essentially Bruce Lee. Apparently some people in the comments section were like, no, Hun's supposed to be a big guy. And I'm like, what is with you, what is with you nerd boys and your giant men? Why are you so obsessed with giant, bulky men?
Well, I think, like...
Don't you acknowledge that Bruce Lee had the perfect body?
Yeah. Like honestly,
that's as good as the human form gets.
Like you can be annoyed at super different character redesigns, but you can't be annoyed when the character becomes Bruce Lee, because that is a 12,000% improvement, objectively. If you want to make your character better, make them Bruce Lee.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he's going to be voiced by Eric Bauza.
Yep.
Who also voices Tiger Claw.
Yep. Yeah, there was
nice.
There was the scene we saw was Han just beating the shit out of Casey.
Good.
It was really well choreographed.
I want to see Bruce Lee beat the shit out of Casey Jones.
We're getting close to 2 hours, so I just want to talk about Korra, and then we're going to wrap things up.
Ah, shit. No, I haven't had a chance to watch Korra yet.
Okay, then just one quick thing I want to say. Not to discredit the performances of, I forget their names, but whoever's doing Katara, adult Katara and adult Zuko, but the actress who's playing adult Toph is...
Nailing it.
It not only does, like, the delivery and, like, the tone and the character sound like Toph, there's even a quality to the voice that sounds kind of like Toph.
It's amazing. It really... Because I think it's a completely different person doing it. Isn't it?
It is. And at first I wasn't sure. At first I thought it might be the same actress, just doing an old lady voice. Because there's like a weird vocal quality in there.
It literally sounds like old lady Toph. Like, it doesn't just sound like an old lady who's apparently Toph. This sounds like Toph as an old lady. It's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, not to discredit, who's doing old Katara, but yeah, it just sounds like an old lady. And I guess we're saying that's Katara
Felice
now.
Sampler.
Is old Toph?
Yes, Felice Sampler is old Toph.
Yeah, she's doing great.
She sounds more like Toph than adult Toph sounded like Toph.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, that's actually extremely true.
Oh, wait, no, was she? Is that? Or, wait, I don't know now. I don't know, because I forgot about adult Toph. Was adult Toph?
No, adult Toph is Barbie.
Is Kate Higgins.
Oh, okay, good. I see that now, yeah. So Felice Sampler is old Toph.
Yeah, and I'm sure they did this in the original show. I just don't remember it that much. But like, just the way that they animate her, like, talking to people, looking in the general direction, but not straight at them because she's blind.
Yeah, I forgot that they did that, but she does do that.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of it's covering a bunch of other arcs. Like, they do more with, like, Prince Wu and all that. But the strongest stuff was the Korra and Tophs in the swamp. And
Kuvero was pretty strong.
Yeah. It's a good episode. And
can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, yeah, and I was able to talk about the thing I was most interested in without having to spoil anything.
Yay.
Yes.
But yeah, Gravity Falls is back this week. We missed
it today?
Yeah, we missed it to record this podcast. I believe Awander as well.
Ah, cool.
Well, we've got stuff to talk about next week.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. And speaking of next week, we're doing Ugly Americans. The show got... Now, this is like the first one in a while where we're all going to have to watch the whole damn thing, and it's not 2 hours long like Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I think, 31 episodes. It got 2 seasons. It's good. I can verify it's good. I haven't seen that much, but what I've seen is good. So we're doing that, and then we're going to get back to our queue back in November. We'll figure that out next week. So, Nina, we got any shout-outs? We got any brand interaction?
Okay, well, I mean, there's
laughing
Narticor, as I mentioned. Also, Captain Asumi Jordan, or who we've talked about before.
It's awesome, remember?
Yeah, Captain Awesome was just... He was very excited that we favorited his tweet. So he was like, yay! We're like, totes. Anytime anybody tweets at us, we favorite it, because it's only like 4, 3. Please tweet at us. It's fun.
Tweet at us now before we get too big, so we'll be guaranteed to favor your tweet. Once we get too fucking famous, then we're probably not gonna give a shit about you anymore because you're small time. So get on that.
Yeah, but see, right now,
yeah,
we're
Alex
small
Hirsch
time,
also favorited one of his tweets. So he was like, to him, he was excited about Alex Hirsch and us favoriting his tweets. So, like,
if that was like equal, that's crazy. That's the best compliment we've ever gotten as part of this show, is that we are on par with Alex Hirsch.
That's the best compliment I've ever gotten in my life, okay?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so, as always, if you want to contact us and be mentioned on this show, you can find us at the Toon Goons on Twitter, thetoongoons.tumblr.com, or email us at thetoongoons@gmail.com. And yeah, I really like the fact that person asked us to clarify something we said. And obviously, we would have gone into detail last week if Tooch had seen it, because Nina and I both watched that together and were like, fuck! Damn it! God damn it! Son of a bitch!
Yeah.
I was so upset. I was like, they're doing it. They're doing such a great job. And I'm like, finally, Donnie. Like, I'm sorry, Donnie. I love you. But...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get somebody better to write you. So, yeah, if you want us to clarify something, if you want to add to a point we've made, if you disagree with something we've said, you know, as long as you're not a dickhead about it, we might bring it up if we think you raise an interesting point. We're trying to cultivate repertoire. We're trying to talk to our fans.
Way to Porky Pig that.
So that's been the Toon Goons. I've been Nina.
I've been Nikki.
I guess I'm still Tooch. I hope so. Then who am I if I'm not?
What happened to me?
Who am I?
How did... Thank you for tuning in. Well, I gotta... I think it's because I have barely eaten today. That's a dumb excuse. Bye, guys.